Good evening, everybody, and welcome to 235 O'Callahan Way, where the Linton Classical Lady Rams are hosting GBL rival, the Revere Lady Patriots. On this frigid January night, I'm your announcer, Sean Donahue. Happy to bring you GBL basketball right here on Linton Educational Television. Starting lineup for the Revere Patriots, wearing number 30, Belma Velik. Wearing number 22, Mara Riyad. Wearing number 10, Nisrin Sakat. Number 20, Shayna Smith. And number 23, Allison Oliveira. On to the starting lineup for the Linton Classical Lady Rams, wearing number 2, Savannah Tang. Wearing number 4, Nevaeh F. Number 5, Jada Tejada. Number 11, Keisha Perez. And number 20, Divine Egbuda. Rams right now standing at a record of 10-3. Their last game a loss to Somerville. Next one they've been facing off Triton right here at home. Somerville with a record of 8-6. Their last game a win versus Salem, and they got Swampscott at home for their next game. We'll go to the flag for the anthem. And boy, howdy, what a season so far. Coach Tom Sawyer bringing the Rams to a 10-3 record. Their last loss got to hurt a little bit against GBL rival, facing off against Somerville. Same lineup as you're used to, facing off against Revere, and we should have a solid effort from both teams. I'm sure the kids are anticipating the snow. Unfortunately for them, it's just got to be a quick dusting overnight. And I can see, or rather feel, the sad expression on Hobby's face. Speaking of Hobby, thanks for being here today. Hobby, our camera operator up in the perch, bringing you these smooth and steady shots. Egbuda to take the tip-off for the Rams. And Belma Velik to take the tip-off for Revere. Egbuda influences that one towards Keisha Perez, the bandit. Bounce pass inside coming from F, intended for Egbuda. Couldn't get a clean handle on it. That one goes out of bounds. Revere ball. Inbound coming from Revere territory. And now Revere on the push. Revere fairly well at moving the ball around. A lot of hesitation from inside the paint there. Rebound fielded by Jada Tejada, and Tejada now on the push to get the Rams onto the board. Nice pass to Savannah Tang. Tang trying for two, a little bit too much. And the beast, Egbuda, fighting down low for the rebound on that second opportunity for a shot. She gets hack-a-lack. She'll head to the line for two. Egbuda's first shot. Good. And Classical draws first blood in this one. No good on the second. Teata comes away with a rebound. Gets it to Perez. Right back to Teata for three. Jada Teata making it count. Revere now on the push offensively, trying to get into the mix. Last time these teams faced off, Revere walked away with a victory over Classical, 44-33. And Smith getting her first points of the night. And a stoppage in game forces the Rams to inbound from the far side of the court. Keisha Perez getting right to work, able to get past one, has a solid pick on her right-hand side. Teata sacrifices the body to create a little bit of space for the Bandit. Tang now working to get inside the three-point line, passes outside of Teata. Teata to F. F working in front and trying to get past the stretch of number 30, Belma Velik, is going to be tough. Shot clock violations, going to turn that ball over. Revere now inbounding far side of the court. Velik tasked with that responsibility. Point position being played by Revere's number 10, Nisrin Sakat, the senior guard out of Revere. 4-2. Classical leading. Second team foul for Revere. Classical to inbound far side of the court. And the Bandits going to get to work. One in front. Has a semi-pick on the right-hand side. And a lot of oohs and ahs from the Revere bench. Referee says, keep those oohs and ahs to yourself. The Bandits at work. Driving inside. Trying to get a bounce pass to F. Velik right in the way. Doing a good job at deterring the Rams from walking right into the paint. And Tang doing a little bit of work to get inside. Denied by the Revere defense. Now Revere on the push. 2v1 situation down low. F the last person there. Velik comes down with a rebound. Agbuda trying to get in the mix. And catches her first personal foul. Shayna Smith going to go to the line and take two for Revere. Smith's first shot, smooth like butter. It's like she does it every day. 3 on the night for Smith. Her second bounces up and off. Revere pulls down the rebound. Tang intercepts it. Stoppage into the game. Team foul against Revere is going to result in an inbound from the Classical bench. Tang will take that responsibility. Perez at the point possession. And Revere back in defensive territory. Hand off to Teata, to Tang, and a little bit of trickery, something we haven't seen yet this year. Tang driving inside, going for two, can't get that layup to fall. Revere comes away with a rebound. Slowing things down and make the most out of this offensive opportunity. Losing control right there. Nisrin Sakat trying to feed some of the Patriots down low, and a little bit too much muscle on that one. Forces the ball to sail out of bounds. Teata inbounding to Perez. And back to Teata. And a little bit of the old double cross reverse. I don't know basketball plays, guys. I'm a football guy. Teata driving inside. Bounce pass to F on the out. Bounces off the backside of the rim. Pulled down from the board by number 22 out of Revere, Mara Riyad. And looking inside, over to Sakat. Sakat passes up to the top of the key and finds Nisrin Sakat. Sorry, Velik to Sakat. And now Tang gets a long pass after the steal. Like Buddha there to try to clean things up, but it stays dirty. Down low inside of the Revere territory. Revere now on the push offensively again. 4-3 here. Classical leads. Velik takes a shot from right at the foul line. Drains her first points of the night. Velik, the senior center out of Revere, making it count. 5-4, Classical trailing by 1. The Bandit driving inside, getting past 2. Can't get the layup clean enough. Agbuda just a little bit out of reach, and Revere coming down with another rebound. Revere doing a good job defensively, certainly winning the effort on the boards. Inside of Velik. Not a clean handle on it. Sakat trying to adjust. And Tang reaching in there. Draws a team foul. Revere to inbound, far side of the court. Sakat with the rock. Perez in front, has a pick on her left-hand side. Looks back over to Velik. Velik looking at number 23 out of Revere, Allison Oliveira. Or was it Shayna Smith? Smith, 5 on the night. Velik gets up high to pull that one down. Velik on the push. Sorry, Smith on the push. Passes to Velik. Team foul against Classical. And that's going to be an inbound. Sorry. Timeout for substitutions. And that'll be an inbound from Classical territory. Sakat with the rock. Inbounds to Velik. Allison Oliveira trying for 3, not there. And Teata, first one to get there on the board, just can't handle it clean enough. Luckily, a Patriot, the last to touch it. Rams are going to try to push into offensive territory. Patriots coming in on a press, not allowing this clear to happen quickly. Classical's going to have some clean, effective passing. That's exactly what you see here. F bounce passes inside to Velasquez Perez. Can't get it to fall. Igbuda's there on the cleanup. And Igbuda with 3 on the night so far. 7-6, Revere over Classical. Nice pass from the outside to Oliveira. Oliveira trying for 2, no good. Tang pulls down the board, and Classical will get back to work. Delisha Perez Vasquez. Drives inside after the pass from Teata. Knocked away by Selleck. And now, Oliveira on a 2v1 situation, knocked away by the Classical defense. That one's going to stay Revere. Sakat inbounds to Oliveira. Oliveira's shot for 3, a little bit too wide. And Igbuda, the center, pulls it down. Jada Teata up at the top of the key, has a pick on her right-hand side. Shoots for 3, no good there. Igbuda just out of reach, can't pull down the rebound. Right time, right place is Allison Oliveira. And Oliveira looking to Riyadh inside. Riyadh can't get a clean handle on it. Almost a backcourt violation. Good effort by Sakat to save this offensive attempt for the Patriots. Sakat looks inside over to Velik. Back to Sakat. Looking for Velik inside, finding herself out of position. And we'll give it to the Beast. Stolen away. 7-6, Jada Teata doing the work to get inside. Swallowed up by that Revere defense and now playing for the possession game. Delisha Perez Vasquez bounce pass inside over to Nevaeh F. F gets swallowed up by the Revere defense. Passes outside of Tang. And Tang, we haven't really seen too much in these home games. Doing a lot of work to get inside the paint. And teams have been more reluctant to leave her open on the outside. She finds a stroke for those field goals. Just about 50 seconds left here in the first. And a bit of a drought offensively for both teams so far. Teata with the bounce pass inside of F. And F gets stuffed on the layup. Number 24, Leah Dissette, the forward senior out of Revere, serving up the rubber biscuits. Teata to inbound from Patriot territory. Surveying and trying to find Evelyn Diaz, just a little bit too tall for the kid. That one's out of bounds. Revere to inbound from their own bench. Sakat at the point position. Gets the inbound from Smith. Sakat way out, one in front. Finds Smith inside, goes for the layup, just a little bit too much steam on it. Diaz pulls down the rebound, pass over to Delisha Perez Vasquez, and now Tejada drives past two, bounce pass to F. F gets it to fall for two. Nevaeh F with their first points on the night, the senior out of Lynn Classical. Just about 15 seconds left here in the first. Classical 8, Revere 7. Back to Sakat up at the top, looking inside to Smith. Smith swallowed up by the Classical defense, stolen away by Tang, and now Jada Tejada with final seconds can try to get a shot off. And that one's a little shallow. So at the end of one, Classical 8, Revere 7. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back, 8 on the board. Smith inbounding to Selleck. Classical with a 1-point lead here. Classical right now standing at that first place position in the GBL. Revere in the third place position, trying to knock out number 2 Somerville. English in the fourth place position for the GBL. Long 3 attempts from Oliveira. No good there. After the rebound, Buddha draws a foul. And that'll result in an inbound from Revere territory. Tang at the point position. Tang way out, trying to draw Smith off, creating some lanes inside. Revere not biting on it. Delisha Perez Vasquez gets the pass from Tang, does the work to get past 2. Goes for the layup, nothing there. Buddha on the rebound, going up for 2, draws a foul. And Divine Buddha gonna go to the line for the second time tonight. Buddha takes her time, lines up the shot, bounces off the backside of the rim. No good. 1 of 3 tonight at the line for Buddha. Her second attempt, right where she wants it. Call 500. 4 in the night for the Beast. Selleck at that point position again. Passes outside. And back up to the top of the key is Selleck. Taking the shot here, number 23, Oliveira. That one falls. Tejada pulls down the board. Tejada to Delisha Perez Vasquez. Back to Tejada, to Tang. Tang, create a little bit of space. Nice shot there, just a little bit too much. And the Revere defense pulls down the board. Looking at Velick inside, and Velick not there. Delisha Perez Vasquez on the fast break. Can't get the layup to fall. And Revere back onto the push offensively. Mara Riyadh clearing it across the line. Gets that one over to Selleck. Selleck to Velick. Sorry, Sakat to Velick. And Sakat shot no good. Evelyn Diaz fighting for it down low. Jump ball call, Rams ball. They'll inbound from Patriot territory. Tang at that point position. 2 in front. Passes over to Tejada. Tejada with a little bit of space decides to go back to Tang. You take it. You do the work. And Delisha Perez Vasquez, couple steps inside that 3-point line, tries for 2, no good. A bit of a scrum down low. Diaz the first to it. Buddha cleaning it up on the rebound. Takes her shot, no good there. Right time, right place. Savannah Tang. Pass over to Tejada. Over to Delisha Perez Vasquez. 3 for Tang. Gets it to fall. Savannah Tang. Her first points of the night. Patriots now. Biggest deficit they've faced most of the night. Sakat for 3. Trying to answer Tang. No luck there. Tejada pulls down the board. We'll get right to it offensively. Revere might catch themselves out of defensive position. Tejada can't field that one cleanly up until the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Revere. Classical to inbound from Patriot territory. Keisha Perez looking right, looking left. Going up top. Evelyn Diaz grabs that one from the sky. Shovel pass over to Tang. And now the Bandit trying to do some work. Long pass to Teata up at the top of the key. One in front, over to Tang. Classical trying to create some lanes with passing. Bounce pass inside Egbuda, 2 in front. Can't get a handle on that one. That'll roll out of bounds. Patriot ball. Shayna Smith, 5 points on the night so far. She'll inbound the ball. Sakat will play the point position. 12-7, just under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Bounce pass inside, gets it to Velik. Velik for 2, rolls up and in. Egbuda gets up high, pulls that one down from the board. Keisha Perez on the move. Passes over to Tang. Tang gets called for travel. Her next destination is going to be on defense. Shayna Smith with the inbound to Sakat. Sakat with Perez in front, drives on the left-hand side. Gets a pass over to number 22, Riyadh. Back to Sakat. Riyadh drives in, trying to get that ball over to Velik. Velik recovers. Gets it over to number 20, Shayna Smith. And Smith looking for an open number 23, Allison Oliveira. And they can't get that one. Buddha pulls down to the board, hands it off to the Bandit. Teata. With a Tom Brady-like pass to Tang there. And now Classical struggling to get back into defensive position. Shayna Smith takes it from the half mark all the way in, tries for 2 and gets hack-a-lack. She'll go to the line. Smith's first. Good. 6 in the night for Smith. Second shot. Buddha pulls down the board. Surveys the court. Dumps that one off to Tang. Tang at the point position. Trying to get past Oliveira in front. Over to Jada Teata. Teata with another Tom Brady-like pass to the Bandit for 3. And that one, no bueno. A lot of air under that ball. Also to the right and to the left. 12-8 Rams over the Patriots. Just about 3 minutes left in the half. Sakat at the point position. Teata in front. Passes over to number 22, Riyadh. Back to Sakat, inside to Velik. And the Bandit trying to get to work. And somebody kicked it. You're not allowed to do that in basketball.
Big ball violation. Timeout.
So, timeout from Revere. We'll take this time to say thanks to our viewership here at Lynn Educational Television. If you're watching on our Comcast and Verizon channels, we appreciate your subscription. Without you, we wouldn't be able to offer the Lynn Public Schools District student base with all of the curriculum that we do in regard to television media. It also gives us an opportunity to give kids a working position and pad their stats on their resumes as they enter their young professional careers. Last time these teams faced off, Revere walked away with a victory, 44-33. Classical right now in a first place position for the GBL. Revere scraping to get out of that third place position. In front is Somerville. Last game for the Rams was a loss against Somerville, and surely that one hurt. Right now they're boasting a record of 10-3. Revere with a record of 8-6. Next game for Revere, they got Swampscott at home later on this week. And Classical's going to host Triton right here at 235 O'Callahan Way. Been quite the game so far, and I wouldn't necessarily say because there's been a lot of razzle-dazzle. Bit of a defensive struggle for both teams. Classical coming out and showing a couple additional tools to the offensive repertoire. Seems like they're trying to switch up the game plan a little bit as we progress towards to the later half of the season. And Classical right now, if they can keep up the momentum, they should be looking at an MIAA playoff berth. Sakat at the point position. Passes over to her adjacent, number 22, Riyadh. Riyadh with 2 in front. Over to Sakat. And Revere trying to work against that zone defense that Classical's put in front of them. Evelyn Diaz open down low. Teata says, I'm not taking that one. I don't need to get yelled at by Coach Sawyer today. Diaz inside Egbuda. Egbuda for two. And boy, there's a little razzle-dazzle for you. Egbuda, 6 on the night so far, the sophomore out of Classical. Sakat with a rock, Perez in front. Trying to drive to a left-hand side. Velik for two. Egbuda pulling down the board. Surveys and dumps that one off to the Bandit. 2 minutes left here in the second half. First half, sorry. Long pass over to Tang. To Diaz, back to Tang. Jada Teata with one in front. And Classical trying to create some space with the passes. Long shot attempt falls short. Egbuda goes up for the rebound and jumps out of bounds on the way.
13 foul on Revere.
But it results in a team foul against Revere. The third of this quarter. So Classical going to inbound from Patriot territory. Riyadh will come out. And I believe they've sent in number 3, Valentina Cruz Martinez. And she's coming out a little bit further. Teata sees an opportunity for a lane. Stolen away on an intended pass to Tang. 1v1 situation. Oliveira makes the best of it and knocks down her first points of the game. Tang to Perez. Perez with Sakat in front. Looking to dish it inside to Evelyn Diaz. Diaz is there for the rebound, but you got a stoppage in game. That team foul is going to result in an inbound here in Patriot territory. Perez to take that responsibility. Perez surveying. Last resort, a long pass to Tang. And Tang, a little bit of impediment there from number 23, Oliveira. But they let the girls play tonight. Failed shot attempt there by Classical turns into a turnover for Revere. And Oliveira goes for it. Can't get it to fall right away. But after about 17 bounces, it does. And a nice effort there by number 20 out of Revere, Shayna Smith, to make it work. And Egbuda knocks down 2 more. 16-13, just about 30 seconds left here in this one. Outside of Velik, Egbuda in front. Looks over to Revere's number 3, one of the reserves, Valentina Cruz Martinez, the freshman guard out of Revere. 15 seconds onto the board. Classical boasting a 3-point lead here as we approach the end of the first half. Teata works in for 2. Egbuda first to get there. A little bit of a scrum between her and Diaz. Final seconds tick away. Over to Teata. 4th long 3. And that one bounces way outside. 16-3 at the end of the first half. Classical over Revere. We'll be right back after this break. And we're back, 8 on the board. Classical with a 13-point lead over Revere. And Classical right now standing at a record of 10-3. The record for the Revere Patriots, 8-6. Last game for the Patriots versus Salem. They took the W there. Last game for Classical, L to Somerville. Right now, Classical standing in that first place position. Revere in the 3rd place position. And standing in Revere's place is Somerville, who's in number 2. Close by is Lynn English. Long 3 attempt there by Teata. Can't get that one to fall. Revere comes away with a rebound and now is on the push offensively again. Sakat with the rock, 2 in front. Wide open shooter from the outside. Makes the most out of it there. She's hot. Allison Oliveira with 8 on the night, 5 in the first half. The freshman guard out of Revere. And she's just been warming up. She's found her stroke here on the field goals. Classical all tied up trying to get back into the winning category after their loss to Somerville. F looks outside of Tang. Tang doing the work to get in. And interrupted by Oliveira, wearing number 23. F loses possession of that one, bounces out of bounds. Revere to inbound from their own territory. Smith gets the inbound to Sakat, and Sakat will play the point position. Perez in front after the dish over to number 22, Mara Riyadh. And Classical playing in a bit of a tight zone. And finding the seam there is Revere. Velik looking for a pass down low over to number 22, Riyadh. A little bit too tall for Classical to inbound from their own territory. Keisha Perez, the bandit, in front, drives past one. Bounce pass inside, intended for Igbuda. Stolen away by Revere's very own Shayna Smith. And gets that one over to Sakat. Sakat drops her first points of the night. Shayna Smith, somebody's got to do something about this kid. Perez drives inside, has a layup there that looks as clean as day, but can't get it to fall. And here she goes from end to end, where number 20 takes the hard foul. Shayna Smith. No foul there on it. Got too excited over here, Mr. Donahue. Gonna take it easy. But Shayna Smith, holy smokes. 6 in the first half and 8 on the night. Smith doing the work, getting gritty, and caught the Rams sleeping here early in the third. 20-16. Revere leading over Classical. Last time these teams matched up, Revere walked away with a 44-33 point victory. At this point, standings say that Classical is in a first place position. Revere is struggling to get out of that third place position. They got to beat out Somerville. Classical's last game, a loss to Somerville. And they are hosting Triton here at 235 O'Callahan Way tomorrow. We'll be live with that one at 6 p.m. Make sure you tune in if you're into GBL's girls varsity basketball. Next game for the Patriots is going to be Swampscott at home. And I don't normally root for GBL teams, but considering they're playing the Big Blue, let's go Pats. After the timeout, Classical gets a little bit more chalk up from Coach Tom Sawyer, and they'll get back to work offensively. Trailing 4 here in the first 2 minutes. Classical coming out with a lead, now finding themselves up against the ropes. Teyada passes inside to Igbuda, and Igbuda draws a team foul against Revere, and this is going to be a inbound from Revere territory. Keisha Perez, the bandit, to inbound it, surveying, looking up top. Teyada wide open, but way up top of the key. Jada Teyada has a pick on her right-hand side, drives inside to the paint, goes for the layup, knocks off the back of the board. No good there, and there's Velik on the retrieval. Velik passes over to Sakat. Sakat with Perez in front, back to Velik. Velik driving into the paint. F, last line of defense, makes it a little bit tougher on her. Velik can't get the ball to fall, but Igbuda pulls it off of the floor. Savannah Tang now working up at the top of the key. Tang hands it off to Perez. Perez with Sakat in front, has a pick on her right-hand side, creates a little bit of space. Teyada a little reluctant to take that shot. F gets a bounce pass inside of the paint and knocks off the foot of Velik. Velik now putting it into play. Shayna Smith down low. Draws a team foul. And an inbound is going to come here in Classical territory. And Evelyn Diaz will come in. And F will come out. The inbound from Revere over to number 22, Riyadh, to Sakat, to Velik, or intended for Velik. There's Velik, looking at Smith. Smith doing the work. Shayna Smith having a field day today. 10 on the night, high scorer on the day. 22-16, Classical trailing Revere. Perez doing the work to get into the paint. Can't get the layup to fall. Classical hasn't had much luck. There must be a gravity situation here at the Classical Gymnasium, but not for Revere. Revere on the push. Velick for two. Gets that one to fall. Velma Velick, 4 in the night, 2 in the first half. Coach Tom Sawyer grabbing a timeout to chalk it up with the Lady Rams. If you're watching on our YouTube page, please like, subscribe, smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening right here in Lynn Classical. If you're watching on our Comcast and Verizon pages, we thank you for your subscription. Without you, we wouldn't be able to offer a television curriculum to the student body here in the Lynn Public Schools District. It also gets us the opportunity to give these kids a working position so they can pad the stats on their resume. Classical coming in with a record of 10-3, and Revere with a record of 8-6. Four and a half left here in the third. And Classical coming in to the second half with a lead. And now huddled up in a timeout with Coach Sawyer. And looking at their biggest deficit of the night. And Classical coming out and showing us a little bit of a different game plan on offense. We haven't seen much of that since the first quarter. But what's been exciting to see is Tang working the skills to get inside of the paint. Buddha with the pick on the left-hand side. Frees up a little bit of space for Perez. Perez outside to Tang. Tang drives inside to Evelyn Diaz. Diaz for 2. First points of the night for Diaz. Classical pushing. Now cut out of position defensively. And great ball movement there by Revere. Leads to the first points for Riyadh. 26-18. Revere over Classical. Perez at the point position. Sakat in front. Looking for a pick on the left-hand side. And Coach Tom Sawyer will take a timeout to talk it up and reinstall the programming into the Lady Rams database. And we've had so many timeouts in the last minute, I found myself without anything to say. We got Javi up at the perch today. Thanks for being here today, Javi, one of our newer camera operators. A bit of a legacy here at Lynn Educational Television. Hello, Billy, if you're watching. Top scorers of the game, Shayna Smith with 10 so far. Allison Oliveira with 8. And trailing behind, high scorer for Classical, Divine Buddha with 8 on the night. And 8 in the first half. Bit of a drought here for the Rams as we approach the second half of the third period. After the timeout, Classical inbound from the far side of the court. Tejada will take that responsibility. Perez on her adjacent. Perez with Sakat in front. Trying to catch Sakat by surprise on the pick. Doesn't fall for her. Pass inside of Diaz. Knocked away by Revere's very own, number 20, Shayna Smith. Doing it on both offense and defense. Riyadh passes off to Sakat. Sakat with Perez in front. Slows it down. Passes off to Velick. Velick with Buddha in front. Over to Smith. Back to Sakat. Sakat trying to drive inside to the paint. Goes for the layup. Nothing there. 2-point shot falls into possession of Divine Buddha. And now Perez on the push offensively. Perez with 1 in front. Passes over to Tejada. Tejada up at the top of the key. Surveying. Looking for a pick on her right-hand side. Diaz doesn't get the memo. Finds an open Keisha Perez, the bandit. Dropping down some points. And Perez gets 2 on the night so far. Sakat on the shaky pass. Keeps it alive. And Diaz collapses in quickly on number 22, Riyadh. The shot from outside, no good. Tang pulls down the rebound. And Classical on the push back offensively. Bounce pass inside Buddha. Buddha goes up for 2. Nothing there. Diaz trying for the rebound, but too quick and too hot to trot. Allison Oliveira pulls it down from the board. Short 3 attempt there coming from Riyadh, no good. Diaz keeps it alive with the inbound from Tang to Igbuda to Perez. Perez, Sakat in front, drives in, gets past two. Solid layup there, just not enough steam on it. Pulled down from the board by number 20, Shayna Smith. Smith dishes it over to Sakat. And Sakat with 4 in the night. Another timeout here in the third by Coach Tom Sawyer. Just about 2 minutes left here in the third. Classical trailing 8 points to Revere. And Revere hungry to dig themselves out of that third place position in the GBL. And the buzzer rings. Revere comes back out. Not a lot from the Revere coaching staff over there. Certainly happy with the gameplay of the Patriots here in the second half. Can't say the same for Coach Tom Sawyer and the Rams. Classical playing down a little bit. Shot selection's been solid. Just no luck on it. This Tang for 3, a little bit too shallow. Igbuda doing the work to get up high and gets the bounce. Velik retrieves it. Pass over to number 22, Riyadh. Bounce pass inside over to number 3 out of Revere, Cruz Martinez. And correction on that, yeah, Riyadh gets a team foul. Classical inbounds from their own territory. Perez gets past 1, takes a shot right in front of Velik. And guess what? We count it for 2. Keisha Perez with 4 in the night. And Velik goes up, has one behind. Good job by Jada Teata to break that one up. Goes out of bounds. Revere ball. They'll inbound from classical territory. Smith inbounds the ball. Gets that one over to Oliveira for 3. Number 22, Riyadh, can't get that one to fall. Classical pulls down the board. Just about a minute left here in the third. Tang pulls up, thinks about it, slows it down. And Classical a little bit more cautious on shot selection. And there she is, Savannah Tang. 6 on the night for Tang. Velik with a solid pass over to Cruz Martinez. Cruz Martinez goes up. Velik pulls down the rebound to keep the offensive opportunity alive and makes the most of it. Belma Velik with 6 of the night. And Jada Teata almost has that one taken away from her. Rolls out of bounds. Teata to inbound, surveying. Patriots playing a bit of a press, not allowing any easy inbounds, and really putting the lead out there against the Rams. 25 seconds left here in the third. Classical trailing by 5. Keisha Perez to take the inbound responsibility. Perez surveying. Everybody's got a person. Unless you're Savannah Tang, way outside. Gets a Tom Brady-like pass from Perez. And Eth passes back over to Perez. Tries for 3, no good. Rolls out of bounds off of the opportunity to rebound. And Revere will get the inbound. Smith inbounds to Velik. Velik over to Oliveira. Oliveira pulls up. Trying for Velik, knocked away by Jada Teata. And Teata has been a force defensively. Solid defense out there. Great ball movement by Teata. You gotta come up with a solid nickname for this kid. Driving inside is Velik, 2 in front. Takes a shot a little bit too much. Revere doing a good job trying to come in and keep that one alive. Riyadh fighting for it down low. Jump ball call, Classical to inbound from their own territory. Tejada to Tang. Those are the final seconds tick away. At the end of 3, Revere 30, Classical 25. We'll be back after this break. 8 on the board, and a bit of back and forth here between these GBL rivals. Perez in front, doing the work to create a little bit of space. The Cat finds Velik down low, and Divine Buddha gets all ball. And the not so great end of the stick on that call. It's no good when Divine Buddha has her palms up in the air. If her palms are up, she's asking, what happened? Velik heads to the line. First shot, no good. 2 of the first half for Velik. 6 of the night so far. Velik lines up the second shot. Bounces back off of the rim into Nevea F's possession. Passes that one off to Tang. Tang now with a little bit of space on the left-hand side. Slows it down. Long pass to Tejada. Velik in front. Tejada trying to pull Velik out, creating a seam. F with the rock. No opportunity there. Back up to square one. Tejada gets a pick on the right-hand side. A little bit of space there. Looking at Buddha inside. Bounces down. And there on the rebound attempt, Sekat. And Nevea F knocks that one away. Classical reluctant to retreat right to defense. Going to press here on this clear opportunity for Revere. Revere has got to get the movement in place, and that's exactly what they've done. A lot of speed out here for the Patriots. Pass off to Sekat. Perez in front. Perez going in for the moves. Sekat drives past the right-hand side. Shayna Smith drops in 2 more. Shayna Smith. 12 of the night for Smith, 6 in the first half, and she's having a great second half. Perez with a little bit of space, takes the shot, bounces off the backside of the rim. Velik pulls down the board. Classical retreats right to defense, 32-25. Classical trailing Revere. Velik gets the pass from Sekat over to Shayna Smith, takes it for 2, rolls off the right-hand side of the rim. Out of bounds off of Revere. Jada Tejada to inbound for the Lady Rams, and Keisha Perez will be the outlet. Perez with 1 in front, drives past, pulls back by Sekat, trying to create a little bit of space. Tang drives in, gets to the key, passes back up to Tejada. Classical going to start from square one. Nevea F with Velik in front, up to Jada Tejada for 3, no good. Trying to get up tall there, Nevea F. That one bounces off of a Rams player. Revere ball, they'll inbound from their own territory. And last time out used here by Coach Tom Sawyer. I believe it was a Classical timeout. So just about 6 left here in the fourth. Classical trailing 7 to Revere. Last time these teams matched up, Revere walked away with a victory, 44-33. Classical been able to maintain a solid record of 10 wins, 3 losses. Revere doing a little bit of scrapping here later on in the season. Their record 8-6. Revere standing in that 3rd place position, not too far behind Somerville. And still in the mix, Lynn English. So quite competitive season thus far within the girls varsity basketball GBL league. Next game for you guys at home is going to be right here at 235 O'Callahan Way. The Rams are going to be hosting Triton tomorrow, 6 p.m. start, right here on the Lynn Classical YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to tune in and be a support for the Lady Rams. Smith inbounds to Sekat. Sekat barks out the orders to the fellow Patriots. Perez in front, funnels to the right-hand side, passes off to Smith, to Velik. Back over to Riyadh. Riyadh with Perez in front. Over to Velik. Velik finds the cat. Revere effective at moving the ball. Shayna Smith inside, gets 2 more to fall. Shayna Smith, 14 on the night so far for the junior forward out of Revere, Massachusetts. Perez passes over to F. Sorry, Tang to F. Looking for Buddha inside. And Buddha fighting for her life to keep that one in play. And a bit of a discrepancy between everyone. Tension's tight here at the Classical Gym. Perez surveying on the inbound, finds F. F for the layup. Velik will get called for the foul. That's going to send F to the line for 2. Belma Velik been a force down low underneath the hoop. And that Sakat Shayna Smith matchup has been a lot for the Rams to handle. S shot not strong enough. She'll get a second attempt at it. And we call this one redemption. And there it is. At 3 in the night, 2 in the first half. Sakat at the point position. And Revere starting to slow things down. Finds an open Velik inside. Velik finds an open Shayna Smith. And Smith, deadly down low under the hoop. Classical reserves the right to play after that one. Sakat makes it a little bit tougher. 3-point attempt there from Jada Teata. I'm sorry, Keisha Perez, no luck. And Nevaeh F able to clean it up. F drops down 2 more, 5 of the night for Nevaeh F. 34-28. And we're about halfway through the 4th. Shayna Smith to Velik. And that one over to Riyadh. Sorry, Oliviera. Oliviera with 10 on the night. And everybody getting in the mix for Revere. Tang with a long pass, bounces inside Egbuda. And there she is again. Velik making things difficult. Gets called for the foul and more palms up in the air. Everybody's wondering, how can these refs ever get anything wrong? And I think they're doing a good job tonight. Egbuda gonna go to the line again. Shooting 500 tonight after the fouls. She'll take her time to line up the shot. First off the back of the rim. And she'll get her redemption here. Velik to come off and Doucette to come on. Leah Doucette, a senior forward out of Revere, wearing number 24. Second attempt, no good. Pulled down by Smith. Smith now on the move. Teata trailing right behind. Bounce past the Sakat. Sakat can't get that one a fall, but fields her own rebound. Tang in front. Sakat surveying. Finds an open Smith. Smith with 2 more. Shayna Smith giving us something to talk about. 16 on the night for Smith. The Bandit trying to create a little bit of space. Finds an open Savannah Tang for 3. No good. And pulling that one away after the shot, Riyadh. Riyadh gets it over to Sakat. Sakat now at the point position. Sakat passes down low over to number 23 out of Revere. Oliviera, that one no good. Teata with a long pass over to F. Comes off the fingertips of Nevaeh F. Out of bounds Rams. Shayna Smith to inbound for the Patriots. Classical with a 10-point deficit. And quite the hole to dig themselves out of here in the final 4 minutes of the 4th quarter. Smith with a long pass intended for number 22, Mara Riyadh. No good there. That one goes out of bounds. Classical to inbound from right here in Patriot territory. Perez looking at Teata, hits the back of her. Teata able to make the adjustment. Tang passes inside Egbuda. Can't get the rim on that one, and Smith pulls down the rebound. Now on the move once again, Oliviera. She's hot in the first half. A little bit slowed down here, but when she gets her confidence back, she's been quite the problem for the Rams. And there she goes, driving inside is Smith. Smith gets hack-lacked, and she's going to travel to the foul line for 2. Second team foul, the 4th here for Classical, something to be celebrated. And Classical's going to have to be aggressive and poised all at once in these final 3 minutes of the 4th. And Smith making it burn with that one. 17 on the night for Shayna Smith, the junior forward out of Revere. 6 in the first half. Second, no good, pulled down by Revere. Revere keeps the offensive push alive. And now Revere going to try to slow things down and pull out Classical, try to find some lanes. Pass from Sakat to Smith. Smith no good there. Gets served a half a rubber biscuit by Divine Igbuda. And Igbuda, following suit of her favorite talk show, and decides to have an argument with the hosts on court. Inbound, right under the hoop. Igbuda, last line of defense, forces to pass outside. And number 22, Riyadh, really trying to get it to Sakat. Nothing there, decides to go to the senior forward, Leah Doucette. And Classical loses possession of that one, inbound here within their own territory. Sakat at the 5 at that point position. Final seconds ticking away. Shot clock violation. Rams ball, they'll inbound here from their own territory. Tang gets it over to Perez. Perez with Sakat in front. 2.5 left here in the 4th. Classical trailing by 11. Perez looking for an opportunity there. And they are trying to get inside Igbuda. And the 1-2 duo between Shayna Smith and Belma Velik has really locked down the beast tonight. Sakat from the top of the key, Tang in front, drives from left-hand side, has a pick, takes it for 2, gets it to fall. Nisrin Sakat, 6th of the night, 41-28. Classical trailing, Perez drives in, passes outside, over to Tejada. Tejada with one in front. Trying to drive in, bounces off the foot of somebody, nobody knows, but now Revere is back onto the push offensively, looking for the wide open Shayna Smith, but it was a microsecond, little too late, and that has been the shot for Smith. Driving in about mid-paint, right outside on the green line, and she has been a force tonight. Revere doing a good job at locking down the beast. No real passing outlets up top between being guarded by Velik and also Shayna Smith. Top scorer on the night, Shayna Smith with 17. Right behind her, Allison Oliveira, 5 in the first half, 10 on the night. Igbuda been stalemated at 8 after the first half. Keisha Perez coming in, gaining her first points of the game here in the second half. 4 on the night for Perez. Eth with 5 and Savannah Tang with 5. So after the timeout, we're going to get back to GBL basketball. The inbound gonna come from Smith, looking for Velik, but decides to go way across the way over to number 22, Riyadh. And Tang mixing it up, making it a little bit more difficult of a task. Smith inbounds over to Riyadh. Riyadh hands off to Sakat. Sakat with Perez in front. Sakat drives inside, passes over to number 22, Riyadh. Riyadh hands the ball off over to number 23 out of Revere. Oliveira takes the shot, no good. Shayna Smith keeps it alive, passes inside of Velik. Igbuda doing everything that she can, no luck there for Velik. Igbuda gets to live another day after that one. Jada Tejada with one in front, doing the oop-de-oop, trying to do a little bit of work. Keisha Perez, top of the key, Sakat in front. And a large substitution coming in off the Classical bench. F with the shot after the pass from Keisha Perez. Perez keeps it alive. Pass to Tang from the top of the key for three. Bounces up and off the back of the rim. Buddha gets the rebound, passes out to App, no good. Rebound pulled down by Revere's very own, number 23, Allison Oliveira. 5 in the first half, 5 in the second, 10 on the night. Shayna Smith passes down low, timeout called. And this will be an opportunity for some of the younger players to come out and get some varsity time. So no timeout, just a substitution horn. And a lot of the younger players coming in off of the bench for both teams. Revere inbounds the ball, has a little bit of space to do some work, trying to pass inside. A little sloppy, pass back out, tries to drive past two. Nice little cross up there. Doing the work, Valentina Cruz Martinez, 2 on the night. The freshman out of Revere. And here comes our freshman, number 12, Aaliyah Alvarado. And Evelyn Diaz trying to do the work, getting up, takes the shot, no good there. Retrieved by Classical's Yarleni Ruiz. Ruiz can't get the shot to go. Gets hackalacked, and she's gonna go to the line for the first time tonight. 8 seconds left on the board. Revere boasting a 43 to 28 point lead. And Revere doing what they got to do to up their standings in the GBL today. First shot there from Ruiz, no good. Second, a little short. Out of bounds here. Revere to inbound from their own territory. And I would be reluctant to say we won't see anything else other than just an opportunity to tick out the clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, shot attempt, no good. Up on the board, and there's the final buzzer. Classical gonna walk away with a loss here. 43-28, Revere over the Rams. Standout player of the night, Shayna Smith, the junior forward out of Lynn Classical. 17 on the night for the kid, and playing really good defense tonight. Also, Belma Velik. Notables for the Classical Rams, Jada Teata being a force out there defensively, doing the work, hustling all over the court. And after this one, Classical's going to fall to a record of 10-4. Revere will improve to a record of 9-6. Next game for Revere is Swampscott at home, and next game for the Rams is right here tomorrow versus Triton. Tune in at 6 p.m. from the gymnasium here at 235 O'Callahan Way. I'm Sean Donahue, thanking you, our viewers, thanking Hobby, our camera operator from Lynn Educational Television. I'm wishing you all the best.